Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, OpenAirplane is closing, Valor delivers results beyond expectations, and Jetman Yves Rossy gains VTOL capability. Welcome back, I'm your host Sophie Herlock. On Monday, both OpenAirplane, a service designed to make it easier to rent a plane, and FlyOtto, which matched passengers with pilots traveling to their destination, shut down. OpenAirplane began operation in 2013, with around 5,000 pilots signed up to get updates on the program. Founder Rod Rakic said the concept of the business was to make it as easy to rent an airplane as it is to rent a car, while also taking the expense out of renting an airplane. The network grew to include more than 100 locations, with hundreds of aircrafts available to rent across the U.S. At last count, 67% of pilots who joined the service had an OpenAirplane operator based within 25 nautical miles from their home. However, too few pilots took to the skies to make OpenAirplane or FlyOtto sustainable. Rakic says their team will continue to man support channels through December 29th. We'll be right back with Around the Patch.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
Welcome back. It's time for today's trip around the patch. A 17-year-old girl allegedly hopped the fence at Fresno Yosemite International Airport in California last week and gained access to a Beechcraft King Air 200. She was able to get one of the engines started before running the plane through a fence and then crashed it into a building. No one was injured in the incident. The DOT Office of Inspector General has determined the FAA needs to improve its oversight to address the maintenance issues impacting safety at Allegiant Air, according to a recent audit. Incidents including a series of in-flight engine shutdowns, aborted takeoffs, and unscheduled landings have raised concerns about maintenance practices. The audit resulted in 9 recommendations to improve the effectiveness of the FAA's oversight of air carrier maintenance programs, of which the FAA concurred with 8 and partially concurred with 1. Field Aerospace completed the U.S. Forest Service SD-360 Avionics upgrade on the 6th of 10 aircraft 17 days ahead of schedule, implementing efficiencies and lessons learned from the previous Sherpa flight deck integrations, shaved off 17 days from the planned integration schedule. The Forest Service found no quality issues during the acceptance inspection, and said they are pleased with the modification. The FAA proposed a $145,452 civil penalty against the Sioux Gateway Airport for numerous alleged safety violations at the Iowa airfield. The FAA inspected Sioux Gateway Airport back in May of 2018 and in June and September of 2019 and found numerous violations each time. The FAA alleges the airport repeatedly failed to maintain surfaces, runway and taxi markings, and visual wind direction indicators. We'll be right back with the rest of the news.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Today is a new dawn.
With a new name.
Un nuevo logotipo.
A new factory.
Und einen globalen Kundenfokus.
We are Continental Aerospace Technologies, and we stand behind you.
as the U.S. Army-led Joint Multi-Role Technology Demonstrator program wraps up. Bell's new tilt rotor continues to turn heads. After 2 years of flight demonstrations, the Bell V-280 Valor continues to show how the aircraft meets the challenges of future flights. The aircraft has flown more than 150 hours through multi-sortie test days and numerous public demonstrations to deliver data and inform requirements for the Army's future long-range assault aircraft program. In 2019 alone, Team Valor and the V-280 program team have delivered several performance milestones, including speed greater than 300 knots, hover out of ground effect greater than 6,000 feet altitude at 95 degrees Fahrenheit, low speed agility to meet the Army's Level 1 handling quality requirements, executed numerous consecutive multi-sortie days of flight operations. The V-280 has integrated the Lockheed Martin piloted Tribute Aperture System mission equipment package and has flown operationally focused tests showing fast rope deployment options. Looking forward, testing will include additional mission equipment package integration, sling load tests, and a demonstration of autonomous flight. You may have seen Jetman Yves Rossy drop out of an airplane or helicopter and fly his personal jet suit through the sky like Superman, but he's never been able to take to the air without assistance until now. Rossy has added 4 new Jetcat P550 engines to his wings to give him the ability to fly straight upwards at about 97 knots. After tethered testing, Rossy revealed a video last week of a test of the new device in which he can be seen taking off, hovering over a lake, and then returning to land off his leash. Rossy seems very relaxed, controlling the jet wing using nothing but the finger controls built into his gloves. The wing is designed to be self-balancing, and in the video works as advertised. The next steps would be transitioning from vertical to horizontal flight. Those flight tests are expected to be carried out next year. And that wraps up our week, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Please click subscribe and check us out on Facebook and on Twitter. To stay up to date on the latest aviation aerospace news this weekend, head over to aero-news.net. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you on Monday.